No, I don't get paid for this, Coco. They don't pay me anything. No, I don't do it just for fun. I mean, this is my job, Coco. So I do this because it makes me popular, and then some people buy private lessons from me on my website. So you can pay me to teach you. This is just a way for me to show my ability, show my skills, help a lot of people, and gain popularity so that I can get private lessons. Are you new, Coco? Hello, Islam and Yahya. Ah, you're new. Well, I have been on this app for over 12 years. And I have about 88,000 followers here. Yeah. Hello, Romana. I'm fine. How are you? Many people have been watching me for years here. I won't say I'm famous, but I will say that most people on Hello Talk know who I am. Or have heard of me. I'm not famous, guys. Come on. Hello, Daffy. You want to be my co-famous. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you can be co-famous. Fame is not something that anybody should really want. You really shouldn't. If you want fame, what does that say about you? Are you desperate for attention? Do you need to be liked? Why do you need approval? You know? So I don't seek fame. Popularity should be an afterthought, not a forethought. How can you learn the American accent properly? You've been doing that for several months. So there are many American accents. Okay, I have one accent, but there are at least 30 American accents. Okay, so it depends on which accent you want to have. If you're talking about an accent like mine, I have the Mid-Ohio accent. Mid-Ohio is I live in Ohio, and there are 3 accents here. Most people where I live have either the Southern or Mid-Ohio accent. And the Mid-Ohio accent is very, very close to the same pronunciation that you will find in the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. So, the biggest problem that people have when they're trying to learn an accent is they don't know what mouth movements to change. If you don't sound like me, it's probably because your mouth is not moving like my mouth. Every language has mouth movements. Okay? Every language has mouth movements. So you have to learn those mouth movements. And you must exaggerate them when you are learning. Do you see how much I move my mouth? That's why it's so clear. Okay? Hello, Yoslin. You don't even want people to recognize you on the street? Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Safe, well, I do like teaching. I mean, I do love to just teach. I wish I didn't have to make money at all. If I didn't have to make money at all, I would spend all of my time teaching and helping people. That's all I would do because I enjoy it. You want to hear my accent naturally? It's hard for me to switch into that when I'm in teacher mode. But, there are a few live streams on my YouTube where you can watch me talking with somebody who's a native. You can go and look to see if you can find any videos that show me talking with another person here. When I speak with somebody naturally here, then I usually speak in my natural way. Okay, but it's really hard for me to just like, well, let me switch it off and on for, I don't know. I don't think it would be very accurate. Can I send you the link of your channel? Yes, sure. Here is my YouTube channel. Here is my website. And here is my blog. Okay? All of them are for learning English. Hello, Kosar. Hello, Sohal. Hello, Gaia. How's everyone doing? To all of my Iranian friends, we're not supposed to talk about politics and stuff here, but I just want you to know that we are all watching and we are all hoping things work out well for the people. And I have many, many, many followers in Iran, and I'm concerned about them, and I hope that they are okay. Hello, Charlie. Xin Chao. Hello again, Chengiz. Are you my friend? Sure, of course you are, Islam. How much and how many? What do you mean, Jiva? I don't understand your question, Jiva. Oh, you want to know the difference between how much and how many. Ah, okay. So one is used for things that you can count, and one is used for things that you cannot count, right? So if you're talking about milk or water or rice or things that you can't really count, right? We don't count each piece of rice. We just say some rice. So we'll say, how much rice do you want? How much milk do you want? How much water do you want? Those are not countable things. How many is for countable things, right? So how many books do you want? How many cars do you have? How many people do you know? Those are countable things, right? So many is for countable and much is for non-countable. Okay? The internet is finally back on. I'm glad to hear that, Hannah. I'm glad to hear that. How can you enhance your speaking? I don't know, because I don't know what's wrong with your speaking. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what problems you have. If I just give just random tips, that won't really help you. Okay? But if I give you tips about your problems, then I can help you. Right? So you have to tell me what's wrong. Okay? Julia, the topic is English or life. Take your pick. How can you know if a thing is countable or uncountable? Linda, that's a good question. If you do a Google search, if you do a search online for that, you'll find a good list that will tell you countable and uncountable. Let me see if I can find that for you very quickly. Okay, here is a list of words that are for uncountables. Okay, go there and you can find a whole list of things like anger is uncountable. So how much anger do you have? How much art do you have? How much bread do you have? How much business do you have? How much butter do you have? How much cream do you have? How much cash do you have? How much cheese do you have? How much clothing do you have? Those are all uncountables. Okay? You're stuck when you speak. You can't say your opinion widely. That's because you don't think in English. You need to learn how to think in English. So go read this article. Yes, that's correct. How much money? That's correct. Hello, Lynn. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. master a debate or a dialogue. You can't master them. You can continue to work on it, but there is no master of it. There's just people who are good, right? It's not really something that you can be the best at because it requires other people, right? Conversation is not a singular thing. It's between more than one person, right? So, and really, Waleed, the only way to really become better at things like debate is to read a lot about the information you're debating on. You can't debate if you don't know what you're talking about. So how can you be a great debater? You have to know the information. You have to spend a lot of time reading articles and journals and research papers and things like that, right? That's how you become a master of debate. Then you watch other people, read about other people who are good at debate. Okay, you listen to others who are good at debate. Then you have to do it a lot. You have to debate. Okay? Why do we not use shall very much? Shall is just kind of considered more of an older form of language. We do use it occasionally, but not that often. And when we do use it, it sounds more formal. So, for example, let me think of a good example. If I say, if you look at me and say, I'm going to pass this test, I'm going to get a 100% on this test, you say that to me, okay? I could say, we will see, we'll see. That's one way to say it. Or I could say, we shall see. And if I say we shall see, I'm using a more formal word. That more formal word makes it more serious. It makes the level of my language is now more formal, so it's more serious. So, we'll see is not that serious, but we shall see is more serious. Understand? Hytham, I'm usually here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Unless I'm busy, or sick, or tired, or need a break. Okay? Which article could I say about what? Again, this article here. This is the article you should read about how to think in English. If you can't think in English, then how can you talk in English? Okay? Gaia says, is there any way to improve my accent in English? The Italian accent is so intense. Well, Gaia, here's one thing I will tell you is Americans love the Italian accent. We love the Italian accent. So to be honest with you, I don't think you should lose it at all. Because having an Italian accent will make you much more interesting to people here. They will want to talk to you. They'll be interested in helping you more because we just think the Italian accent is really great and cool. So don't worry, don't lose it. But the general advice that I tell everybody about their accent, I don't want anybody to get rid of their accent. I do not want you to lose your accent. There is no need for you to lose your accent, and there is no need for you to sound like me. You just need to sound clear. Okay? So I don't care if you have an Italian accent, a Japanese accent, a French accent, a German accent, a Portuguese accent, an Arabic accent, a Persian accent. I don't care about what accent you have. I only care if your words are clear enough for me to understand. If your accent is not clear enough, that's a problem. And you do need to fix that. You should fix that. But I don't want you to make it sound like me. You don't need to. Okay? What about the Venezuelan accent? Yeah, again, do you know how many Hispanic accents we hear in America? We hear them all the time. We're very comfortable with them, at least most people. If you're not comfortable with them, then I don't know how to say this nicely. You probably don't get out much. If you've never heard a Hispanic accent, then you probably don't get out that much. Okay? Don't hate your accent, Waleed. The Arabic accent is a great accent. And there are so many variations on the Arabic accent. There's the Egyptian Arabic accent, and there's, accent from up in, the Iraq versus Egyptian versus, I didn't know that there were differences, but some of my Arabic friends have told me there are. Arabic speaking friends, I should say. You're getting a lot of criticism, and I feel really frustrated because of it. Well, diamonds are made by pressure, Waleed. Diamonds are made by pressure. So, criticism from people around you is just pressure. Okay? And I think I've told you before that there's a saying that when you walk down the street, if you're walking down the street, are you going to yell at every little dog that barks at you when you walk down the street? I like this analogy. Criticism, a lot of times criticism is just a little barking dog. Just ignore it. It's just a barking dog. Why are you paying attention to the little barking dog? Don't pay attention to every little barking dog. Okay? Carolina, I think you have a great accent. I've talked to you. I had no problem understanding you. I think your accent is fine. Every accent? Do you know one thing that makes America very different? I'll tell you. Every accent in America is an American accent. Did you know that? There's a guy I know who's been in America for 10 years. He's been a citizen of this country for 10 years. He is an American. He's from Somalia, but he is an American. So, He has a Somali accent, but that's an American accent because he's an American now. Do you see how that works? So there are some people here from Saudi Arabia, and they have a Saudi accent because they came here from Saudi Arabia. But they are citizens of this country now. They live here now. That makes them Americans, which means their accent is an American accent. My grandmother came from Slovakia, from another country, but she is an American. Her accent was an American accent. Okay? That's one very big different thing about America. Every accent is an American accent. If you go to New York City, you will find people from every single country in the world in New York City. And they all have accents. Okay? That's one reason I love New York. You can go to New York and you'll hear every accent, every language. You'll walk down the street and you'll hear Arabic, and you'll walk further down the street and hear Chinese, and you'll walk a little further and hear Japanese, and you'll walk a little further and hear French. You'll walk a little further and hear Polish. You'll hear every language there. You'll hear every accent. So there you go. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista is Spanish. What is it? Good. What is it? I keep forgetting. My mind is blanking. It's see you later, right? Isn't it? Hasta la vista. Yeah, see you later. There you go. That's all it is. See you later. Yeah, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah. And see, look, there's more proof about how American culture is, we add languages, right? So in America, it's very common for me to say, oh, Guten Tag. If I see some friends, maybe I'll say Guten Tag. Why? Because it's German for hello, but many people know that. I might say, hola. I could say hola, and many people, I say hola to my friends all the time. Okay, that's hello in Spanish. Okay, I might say goodbye. I might say sayonara. I might say adios. I might say hasta la vista. Okay, if you give me something, maybe I'll say, oh, domo arigato. How did I learn all these words? Because those things became part of American culture. Because that's what we are, a multicultural place. Okay? Yes, of course I know about Mamdani. I'm a big fan. See, Gaia, sometimes it only takes one question to get everybody talking. You lived in Boston. Bostonians have very different accent from Texas. That's right. The Boston accent is very special, very different accent. That's right. Yeah, just like everybody in the world knows the words yes and no. Right? That's right. That's right. That's the same way. You know, English culture has kind of become popular. So, right. And so those words, like different words in different languages, have become popular in America through culture. That's why culture is beautiful. Hello, Zoe. Xin chao. That's right, cultural exchange. Guys, I told you that I've told this story many times before, but when I was in the third grade, okay, I was about 9 years old, right? Maybe 10, okay? We had a class assignment, a homework assignment. They told us to go home and learn about your family heritage. Where is your family from originally? And they told us to write a little paper about it, just one page. And then they told us to make some food from your culture and bring it in so we can share it. So everybody made food and brought it in. And there was Mexican food and Arabic food, and there was Chinese food and French food and German food and Slovak food and Portuguese food and all these different foods to try. And it was amazing. And we were all like, wow, that's culture? That's amazing. I love food. I love food. I love to try. That's yummy and that's yummy. How yummy? Yummy is everywhere, right? Yummy is in every culture. So it was an amazing moment. As an American, that's the way I was raised. That's the way I was raised. I was raised to believe that everybody who comes here is welcome here. We're having an argument about that right now. We're having a little debate about that right now. But this is how I was raised. Well, don't say not now or unfortunately not anymore. I think, like I said, we're having an argument about that. We're gonna have this debate, and they are going to lose this debate. They will lose this debate. So don't worry. They're just having their little last minute, fight, their last breath of air as they die into the night. No, I'm not French. No, my mother's family is Irish and English, and my father's family is from Slovakia, Eastern Europe. Can I speak Irish? Well, there is the Gaelic language, but no, I can't speak it. No, at all. Not at all. No, I think I know one or two words, but it's a really hard language, to be honest with you. It's very difficult to pronounce. Yeah, Gaelic, that's right. It's very difficult to pronounce and write, and the spelling and the pronunciation don't match at all. Like, you have to learn a completely new form of pronunciation, and it's really hard. So, yeah, no, I don't know any Gaelic or Irish. The accent. Sure, I can do an Irish accent a little bit, sure. This is an Irish accent. The hat helps just a wee bit. The Irish accent is a very interesting accent. It's very melodic. The Irish like to speak a little up and down like this. There's a lot of ups and downs. It's very melodic sound. Where am I from? I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, in the U.S., but my mother's family is from England and Ireland, and my father's family is from Slovakia. Euskera? No, I've never heard of that language. Wow. Yes, Daniel, I'm from the U.S. And hello, Flavia. That's funny. Oh, guys, before I forget, I want to give you something really good. I want to prove to you something about America. I'm going to prove to you something about America. If you come here, do we expect you to know English? We don't. We don't expect you to know English. Do you know how I know this is true? Here's how I know this is true. This is a post from the American government website. This is from the American government website. It's not, I think that they're not posting there anymore, but this is still on there. I'm going to share it with you. Wait till you see this. You're going to be like, wow, amazing. That's an incredible page. Look at this. Everyday conversations, learning American English. And this is from the American government, American English at state.gov. Okay, and look what we have in here. Let me show you. Let me make it bigger for you. Hold on. Introductions and small talk, formal greetings, informal greetings, formal introductions, informal introductions. What time is it? Telephone calls. Can you say that again? Coincidences. Around town, ordering a meal, at the doctor's office, asking for directions, calling for help, transportation. How old are you? What's your favorite sport? Right? This is on the website for the U.S. government. So that's proof that you don't have to have English when you come here. We just want you to learn it if you can. Okay? So again, look at this. Wait. See, look, here's a dialogue, formal greetings. Okay? And look, wow, look at those people. They don't look white like me. Okay, look, we have different kinds of people, all kinds of people here. All right, that's because we're trying to show you that there are lots of different people here. All right, so this is the website. Go check it out. It's a great page, a great PDF. It's free. All right, and again, that's from the U.S. government. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. Hello, Aisha. Luis, what motivates me to help people to learn English? Do you think this is my purpose? Thank you. Do I think it's my purpose? I think teaching is my purpose. Yeah, I think that I'm pretty good at teaching. I'm not great, but I'm pretty good. I love to do it. That matters, right? I don't need to say if I'm the best or the worst. All I know is that I love to do it. So my passion is real, right? And I think that matters, right? So what helps me, what motivates me? Just natural passion. Some people have a fake sense of superiority. Some said bad words. Where? Not here in my room. I don't allow anybody to be like that in my room. Thank you, Daniel. Vasco. I think I've heard of Vasco. I don't think I've ever heard of Euskera, but I'm going to look it up later. I'll do a little research later and learn about it. How can you download that PDF? If you click on it, then you should be able to download it once you open it, Daniel. And if you want to take private classes with me, it's not free. You have to pay me, right? But you can, but you have to go to my website. And on my website, you can buy lessons from me and sign up to schedule a lesson. Do I follow football from Spain? I don't follow sports, period, Carolina. Not anymore, especially. In this time, when there are so many important things going on in the world, I don't understand how anybody really has time to think about sports. I know it's fun, but I think it's not important at all right now, and I think that there are too many other things that are really important that you should be paying attention to. And you need to remember that there are some people who want you to pay attention to sports because they don't want you to pay attention to other things. Always remember that. What's the difference between resent and hate? Hate is much stronger than resent. Hate is a very strong, powerful word. So I don't use that word unless I'm really serious about something. All right? If I don't like something, I'll just say I don't like it. If I hate it, that's very strong. All right? That's my strongest feeling. Okay? Resent is more like you have a bad feeling towards someone, right? So it could be you resent someone or something. So maybe you don't like this person's attitude. They have a bad attitude. So you can say, I resent your attitude. It means I dislike it and I find it offensive. So to resent something usually means I dislike it and I find it somewhat offensive to me. Okay? Is it correct to write this in an official email? Kindly find attached in reference to our discussion as requested. Reem? Almost, yes, but not quite. I have to see the whole thing. It got cut off, so I can't really tell you if it's right or not. But you could say, kindly find the attached documents in reference to our discussion as requested. Kindly find the attached documents here in reference to our discussion as requested. Okay? Am I a singer or teacher? I am a teacher. And I'm a musician. I'm a drummer. But not a singer. Nobody really wants to hear me sing. La la la. No. I don't have a favorite footballer. I don't watch football. Carolina, yes, I know a good amount about what happens in Venezuela too. I try to keep up on almost all world politics as much as I can. Does that go to America? Is a dream like the Great Gatsby told about the American dream? You want to know, is the American dream real, or is that a real thing? It's real. I think that the American dream many years ago was much more real than it is now. Now the American dream is only for, let me put it this way. In the 1950s, the American dream was for almost everybody. I'll even go back further. I'll say maybe from the 40s, after the war. Right? After the war, I'll say that the American dream during that time was for everyone. All right, everybody. But then the 50s became, or the 40s became the 50s, and the 50s became the 60s, and the 60s became the 70s, and the 70s became the 80s, and the 80s became the 90s, and the 90s became the 2000s, and 2000s became the 2010s, and now we have where we are now. And the American dream now is for this many people. But you can say that everything in this world is made for you to get attention. No? Even the important things. Well, yeah, Luis, but as a human being, you need to be able to prioritize that there are some things that are more important, right? So when I have to choose between watching the news to find out about immigrants being hurt, or I can watch a football game, I'm going to watch about the immigrants, because it's irresponsible for me to watch a football game when something like that is happening. Okay? In which context can you use the phrase, I'm afraid my student days are behind me? That's when somebody feels like they're too old to learn. They feel like they're too old to learn, they're too old to go back to school, they're too old to start again. So they'll say, I'm afraid my student days are behind me. Like I can't go back. Okay? Or any other bad stuff too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't have time in my... Your brain only has so much real estate. Real estate means like property. Okay? You only have so much room in your brain to think about things. And with all the things that are going on in the world right now, I have no room up here for sports. Not at all. Not even this much room. I used to watch, but not anymore. It's not important. Not at all. It's just a stupid game. There are real things happening in the world that are important, that are not games. So I can't pay attention to a game. I can't care about a game. I can't spend my energy on a game. Yes, there are many Venezuelans in the U.S. Yeah, I have a lot of Venezuelan friends. It's a sport, not a game? No, it's a game. The word sport, amigo. Do you know what the word sport means? The word sport comes from the Latin word disport. Dis means away. Port means carry. So, sports are supposed to be something that carries your mind away from the important things. That's what they are. That's what sport means. The original meaning is that. Disport, carry away your mind. That's what it is. It's a game. It's a game. No matter who wins or loses, it makes no difference in the real world. It's still just a bunch of men playing a game. And it's childish. It's childish if you take it very seriously. If you want to watch it for fun, fine. But if it is very important to you, then grow up. If you get mad when your team loses, you are a child. I'm sorry. If you get mad when your team loses, you are a child. We do it as a physical activity. And sure, physical activity is great, but you do not need to have a billion-dollar industry for physical activity. What does ICE stand for? It's Immigrations and Custom Enforcement. But it really stands for NAZI. Did I say that? Perhaps there is a famous classical piece about Slovakia, about a river. That does sound familiar. I think there is, maybe. Yeah, Carolina, I know, and all the good people are not happy about all this stuff that's happening right now here. All the good people. But not everybody here is a good person, unfortunately. But Carolina, I also am not really allowed to talk about that stuff here. I can't talk about things that are too political. You know? It's against the rules of Hello Talk. I guess it depends, and definitely I only watch my favorite team as well as playing. And again, amigo, all I want you to do is I want you to consider how important sports is to you and whether it's really that valuable. And I want you to consider how much it affects you in bad ways. In America, every time there's an American football game on, not soccer, but American football, domestic violence goes up about 10 to 13%. So somewhere there's a girl getting hit because some guy's mad about the football game. That's so stupid. That's so childish. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me about sports, guys. I'm just not a sports fan. Not anymore. Not anymore. I have no time for it. Okay, would anybody like to come on stage and talk to me? I'm tired of hearing my own voice. Can you use outrageous on the speaking exam? Sure. If you want to say that something is really, really offensive to you. If you think something is really terrible, then you can say, I think that's outrageous. But that's a very strong word. That's a very strong word. Okay? It has leading roles, you know, because there's NBA, a lot of young people playing basketball. Right. But for every person who could be a basketball player, that person could also be a scientist or a doctor or a lawyer or a musician or something else. What are the top 5 things that are happening in the world that you'd like to make room in my mind, so maybe have a debate? I can't do that, Luis, because most of the things that I have my mind on are political. So we can't discuss those here at all. Okay? That's definitely not allowed. And on top of that, I'm not here to debate my views about things. That's not why I'm here. Okay? I have views, and I will tell you what they are as a teacher. But any teacher, when they tell you what they think, that doesn't mean that it's now, oh, well, now I can challenge what you think because you told me what you think. Just because I told you what I think doesn't mean that I want to talk about it or challenge it or debate it. I'm not here for that. You know? I'm not here for that. What's the most difficult thing to teach people? I think the most difficult thing to teach people is that they should teach themselves, but they don't. I think most people think that education is something that is supposed to happen to you, not something that you're supposed to do. So I think the most difficult thing to teach is that you are supposed to be teaching yourself all the time. You're supposed to be teaching yourself all the time. You think empathy is the most difficult thing to teach? You're right that it is a very difficult thing to teach. But I still think that's easier to teach than getting people to understand that they have a responsibility to themselves to learn. I think that's a harder thing to get people to understand. Grown-up people only care about politics, which overwhelms your mind. That's called being a grown-up, Ami. You just said it. Grown up. Grown up means you're not a child anymore. Ami, don't you want to be a grown-up? And if it overwhelms your mind, that's because it's overwhelming. That doesn't mean that you should ignore it just because it's big and scary. You know? Slavonic Dance by Dvorak. Yeah, that might be it. Sure, maybe. But the word Slav, Libra, the word Slav is it's a ethnic term that's very generalistic and used by a bunch of different people in that area. So the word Slav is not only for people from Slovakia. Slav was used by a bunch of different people in that Eastern European region. Okay? What do I recommend the most? Fluidity of learning or studying properly? That's an interesting question, and it does depend on the person, but I think you have to balance both of those things, Luis. When you say fluidity of learning, what I hear is the word flow. Flow is a state that you reach when you're acting without thinking, and it's going really well. Sometimes it happens to me when I'm teaching, when you ask me a question and I just know what to say, and I'm in this zone where I can just flow and the words just come very easily, right? So that's fluidity of learning, is reaching flow state. Flow state requires that you reach the ability to play. Play is one of the most important parts of learning. Play, if you can reach the play stage of learning, that's when you're successful. Okay? If you can't play with what you're learning, then you don't really know it. But if you can play with it, now you know it. Okay? So, studying properly is the balance that you have to have with flow. So, for example, Luis, when I would practice drums many years ago, what I used to do was I would pick one book, like maybe a book about reading, right? Reading music. And I would play that book for like 1 hour maybe, okay? And I'd do my best to focus on that book and study hard and just focus on proper study. But then I would take a break for 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, or half an hour, and then I'll play with whatever I was just learning. Whatever I was just studying intensely, now I will try to play with it for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Then I'll move on to the next thing where I study properly, right? So there's a balance between this proper learning and play state, okay? Ami, how old do you think I am? Ami? I'll wait for Ami. Ami, how old do you think I am? Anyone? Libra knows my other answer. That's my good answer, yeah. That's right. Jack, you're close. You're close, Jack. I am 50. I am 50. That's right, Luis. That's right. So you do focused study. You focus intensely and study, and you focus on that really intensely. Then you take a break and look at it and say, how can I play with this now? How can I have fun with this now? Can I do anything with this that's fun for 20 minutes or half an hour? Then move on and do the next serious thing. Okay? Thank you, Rioja. Thank you. How to learn English for beginners. Follow me here. That's how I would say. All right? I don't have kids. I'm not married. Never had any kids. Never got married. Why are some flowers red and some flowers blue? Is everyone supposed to get married? Is that what it's supposed to be? Every person on the planet is supposed to get married? I don't think so. I don't think so. If I were married and I had kids, guess what? I wouldn't be here right now. So you can thank me for my life choice. I told you a betrayal story. You thought it was about divorce. I don't remember telling you any betrayal story because I don't talk about my personal life here. I have never talked about any of my girlfriends here in the past, ever. So I don't know. I have two nephews and a niece. I'm a great uncle. I'm a good uncle. I love being an uncle. I'm good with kids because I'm a teacher. I'm good with kids because I'm a teacher. I've been teaching my whole life almost. Right now, I am single, and if that's the way it stays, that's the way it stays. If that's not the way it stays, that's not the way it stays. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Such is life. Syed wants some advice about the IELTS test. So, Syed, I will tell you that you need to go to my website. It's free, but you have to subscribe. But if you subscribe to my website, then you can go onto the resources button, click resources, and then you'll find a lot of stuff to study for the IELTS test. Okay, so there is my website. Right there. There's my website. Okay? What's the most important factor that scared me from marriage? I'm not scared from marriage. If marriage is supposed to be special and it's supposed to be important, then shouldn't there be some people who say, I'm not going to do it yet because I haven't met the right person yet? You can't say that marriage is very important and very special, but then also say, just marry somebody. Okay? The thing about politics is that you can't know what's really happening for sure. I mean, that's a really weak excuse. You don't know if everything is true, so you're just going to pretend like none of it is true and ignore everything? How nice for you. Again, that's a very immature attitude. You're basically saying, I'm going to stick my head in the sand like an ostrich. Let me just hide. I want to pretend like nothing. I don't know what's real and what's not real, so I'm just going to pretend like it's all fake. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help anybody. If I could go back in the past, would I change anything in my life? Sure. Okay, yeah, of course. Anybody who says no, that's a dumb thing to say. Of course there are some things you should regret, or you should feel like you maybe could have made another decision. There's nothing you can do about it, so it doesn't really help to talk about it that much. But, sure, any normal person should feel like there are some things that they regret. Yeah, of course. I recommend a book to read. Marisol, what kind of book do you want? Do you want a book for learning English or just a book for reading? And if you want a book for reading, do you want a beginner book, intermediate, or for learning English? Okay, so Marisol, my favorite book for learning English is called Basic English Grammar by Saddleback Publishing. Okay, they make a book 1 and book 2. Okay, those are my favorite grammar books. I have a bunch of grammar books about learning English, but those are my favorites. They're more fun, they're not so painful, and they're not so boring. Okay? Have I ever made an application like my website? No, I've never made an application. Libra, I do record each live stream. Every live stream I do is on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel after this is done, and it will be up on my YouTube channel. Okay, there's my YouTube channel right there. Okay. And if I could go back in time and change some things about my life, there are some mistakes that I made that I wouldn't change, because I did learn from them. Good things that I learned from them. But there are a few things that I might consider changing. Okay? But that's personal. What are the most basic 3 grammar? What do you mean? What 3 what? 3 what? 3 grammar what, Waleed? Okay, I'm sorry. I did want to get somebody on stage and I forgot to go look at the stage requests. So, do you want to talk to me? Come on stage, please. I really am tired of hearing myself talk. Please, come on stage and talk to me. All right, let's talk to Rioja. Hello, Rioja. How are you?
Hello, I am very fine. I was very I was paying attention to that you said about the marriage, and I think that it's only a decision, a personal decision, and only you don't need to give some explanation about your decision or why.
Right. Yeah.
It's not necessary that something happened wrong or bad in your life to
Right.
take that decision.
Right.
Maybe you only want to enjoy your life and be free, and that's all.
Or
If
maybe-
anything happen,
Yeah,
Wait,
maybe it just
I don't
didn't
know.
happen yet. It just didn't happen yet, maybe. You know, maybe that's all. It doesn't happen for everybody when they're 18 or 19 or 20. Some people it doesn't happen until later. I have a friend of mine, my best friend, he's already been married and divorced twice. So which one is better? The guy who didn't get married yet at all and is still looking, maybe. I'm not trying to get married. Do you understand? Because if you're trying to get married, then you're just trying to get married. You're not trying to be with the right person. I am trying to be with the right person. So I will not get married unless I am with the right person. So that's really,
yes, but
that's
I
it.
think also that in order that you can stay on a marriage, you can to be quite prepared and have something clear in your mind. For example,
That's
you have
right.
to share something, you have to adapt
That's right.
the other one's rules, and you have to know if you can handle with that.
That's right. Yeah. And if I do get married now, I am sure that I'll be better because I know more.
Right. And
You know?
also a good point that I consider is also that you have to know more about yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
In order
That's one of the
to
biggest
plan,
problems I
okay?
think with all relationships is that if you are in a relationship with somebody but you have not finished developing yourself, then you have two people who are not finished trying to be in a relationship together, which that could work, but it also could be bad because it means that two people are still growing and they might grow apart because
That's it.
they're still learning, right? But if you've developed yourself and you know who you are, now you are more ready to be with someone in a real relationship.
Right. And also, I think that, if, for example, the new version of you have, for example, at 20s, you are like someone. At 30s, you be, and 40 and 50. And
That's right.
In 50, you don't know if you want to continue with the person that you choose.
That's right. Sometimes you grow apart. That's right. Sometimes you grow apart. And Libra said it seems late. But Libra, let's say I do get married at this point in my life. Maybe I won't, but maybe I will. And if I do, then it's a lot more likely that I will stay married because I'm at the last part of my life. I'm already 50.
The best part of your life,
yeah,
when you feel younger, you enjoy and do everything you want.
That's
and
right.
You don't waste your time because it's the last part of your life. So
That's
you don't
right.
have so many to lose, I think.
But again, everybody, please remember that being single is not a disease. Being single is not a sickness. Being single is just being single. And guess what? It's very important that we have some people. Because I am single, I can dedicate my life to helping others. But when you have your own family, you have to dedicate most of your life to your family. So, if you are happy that I'm here helping you, that's only possible because I am single. So.
But I think I think you I think that you are single and you choose to be single, and that is okay and that is
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Because it's your decision and you are happy. Maybe you don't find. I don't know if you don't find the person who is correct, but stay in a marriage can have their. I think can have their deals to stay here. You have to achieve some things, and you have to fight with someone at any time you are on it. For this reason, I think that you have advantage and disadvantage for that decision, but it's all the same in life.
Right.
That you have pros and cons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not unhappy with my choices or the way that I am living right now. I'm quite happy with the way that I am. Do I get lonely sometimes? Yes, but guess what? I have never been lonelier than when I am with somebody, but it's somebody I don't really want to be with.
Right.
That's
And
when
imagine
I'm the loneliest.
If you married with that person, and you have
Right.
to stay
Now,
forever.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now you're really lonely. You want to talk about lonely? When you married somebody and you regret that, now you're really lonely. So, yeah.
Yes, because you have to handle with someone that you don't want in your life, and
That's right. Yeah.
you need to accept that.
That's right. Yeah. So look, everybody makes different decisions. Okay? I think you guys are just surprised because you think, well, you're not fat, you're not ugly, you're kind of smart, and you speak well. So why are you single? You know, like everybody's. Yeah, right. It's right. It's right. It's just the way I choose to be right now.
And you enjoy your life. There is nothing matter with that, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
It's only that you have enjoy your free time, and that's all.
Well, I will say this. Some people, let me tell you one thing that's personal about
Okay.
my life. I'll tell you this. Part of the reason why I am single right now is because I have two parents who are older and elderly, and they both have health problems, and I take care of them. So when you have to take care of your parents, you don't have a lot of time. So I don't have a lot of free time. for whatever. I do this partly because it's a job I can do and still take care of my parents.
But okay,
So,
but I think that, for example, oh, so you say that if you don't have to take your parents, you will be married probably because
no,
you
not
have more time.
necessarily. No, if I didn't have to take care of my parents, I might be in a relationship. But I will only get married if I feel like it's the right thing to do. If I don't feel like it's the right thing to do, I'm not going to do it. I don't care how much you want me to get married.
No, me no, me no.
Not you, not you. I mean everybody. If everybody wants me to get married, fine, great, that's good for you. But I'm not going to get married just because you want me to. So, but again, guys, this is a personal choice for everybody's different. But
No,
don't.
but imagine, for example, you meet a song girl and you get married and then in that decision you feel unhappy and lose your time from doing things that you really really want to do, like hobbies, like I
That's
don't
true.
know, anything that you want to do.
That's true. That happens to a lot of people. That happens to a lot of people. Yeah.
Yes, but when you married when you are like in 50s, 60s, I don't know, 70s, but old age, I think that is better. But because, as you said, you are in the last mile, so
Yeah.
why can you lose? I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, different. Here, I'm going to teach you guys an English phrase. In English, sometimes we say different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. Let me write that out for you. Hold on. And this just means different strokes means different ways of doing things, and different folks means different people. So, different folks for different strokes means everybody does everything their own way. Everybody's different. God, all these
It's
you guys are getting really personal with me today.
this phrase comes my mind that Alice question to the cat. Why path am I going to take? And the cat answered, where is you go? And she said, I don't know. Well, doesn't matter. What path?
Right, yeah. Yeah, just go. Yeah. That's right. Different strokes for different folks. Everybody's different, everybody. Everybody's different. Have I ever been in love? Of course I've been in love. Yes, I've been in love a few times.
Yes, and I'm saying that the best part of the relationship is the beginning.
Most
Maybe
most people
the
think
best part
that. Most
is
people
when
think
the
that.
routine.
I think most people think that, but I actually feel like that's not the best part for me. The best part for me is when you can be relaxed, when you can be comfortable. But for a lot of people, they feel like that's when the relationship is over, when you reach a place where you're comfortable. But what I want is somebody that I can be around and I can completely be myself all the time. And if I can't do that, then I don't want to be with somebody. I want to be who I am all the time. And if I find somebody who makes me feel comfortable like that I can be myself around them all the time, then that's somebody I would consider being with. But if I have to pretend to be somebody else when I'm around you, then no. I don't want to be with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's quite. It's more happen, I think, for women, no, to try to pretend to be a perfect wife, maybe, but it's not a really situation. It doesn't exist.
That's
We
right.
are we are people. We have bad things, good things, and we're like a package. We're all.
That's right. That's
And
right.
we
Yeah.
need to accept also if you want to stay, you want to have a couple, you need to accept that the other person is the same, a package with bats and cons.
Yeah, that's my experience, is that good relationships are ones where you know that person isn't perfect. You know they have some flaws, but you are willing to accept those flaws. They're not deal breakers. A deal breaker is something that's like a flaw so big you can't handle that, right? Like if you're with a guy who hits women, that's a deal breaker. You shouldn't be with somebody that hits women, right? But maybe you're with somebody who they don't have good table manners when they eat, right? Like they eat, and when they eat, they're not very nice about it, right? Like they're kind of, messy when they eat, right? Okay, fine. But you love them, so you can accept that problem. You know what I mean? You can live with that problem. That's love. That's what real love really is when you have a problem, you have a flaw, you have something wrong with you, but the person you're with is willing to accept you for that. They don't expect you to change it. They know that's how you are, right? So my mother talks a lot, and my father does not talk much at all. They know that, right? My father knows my mom is a talker. She talks all the time. He accepts that about my mom. And my mom knows that my dad is not a talker. He doesn't really like to talk a lot. So she accepts that. That's part of...
It's like something that happens with family, for example, your brothers or your sisters. And you love because it's your family and you accept goods and bads also. And
that's right.
Even for your father or your
That's right. That's right. That's right. So that's the point. That's the point, is family accepts you even when you have problems. Right? That's what family does. And that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to find a partner who will be your family. Not just a girlfriend or boyfriend, family. That means they accept you on a different level.
Yes, but I think that you don't need to be trying to find that person. I think that you only can continue live your life, and if the person arrives, right, and if not, okay, right too.
I completely agree. Yeah, that's what I tell people, is if you want people to be interested in you, if you are a guy and you want girls to be interested in you, or you are a girl and you want guys to be interested in you, you must be interesting. You have to make yourself interesting. So, why do people talk to me? Well, because they think maybe I'm interesting. They think, oh, well, he does a lot of things. He's a musician and he plays drums, and he teaches English, and he speaks Chinese, and he knows a lot about culture and language. Those are interesting things. That's why people want to talk to me. So if you want people to be interested in you, then you must make yourself into something interesting. That's part of your job as a person, is to make yourself into something interesting and useful.
Yes, but that doesn't happen with family, I think. I think family always love you as if you are the...
Well, that's true. That's true. But like I said, when you're trying to find a partner, then I think many people think that you're supposed to look for the partner. I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to work on yourself and make yourself interesting. And if you are interesting, then the person who likes you will come to you. Okay? And Rishav, hello Rishav. Guess what, Rishav? You don't get to talk like that here. So, do you want me to kick you out, Rishav?
Me?
No. Real, not you. Just wait 1 minute. I have to make sure somebody said some bad words in the chat, and I have to correct them. Okay. So, Rishav, watch your language. in my room, this is a classroom and I'm a teacher, and you have to act like you're in a classroom with a teacher, or I will remove you. Okay? Be kind to everybody in my room. Okay? All right. Rioja, I wasn't talking to you. Okay, I was talking to Rishav. But Rioja, I'm going to let you go because I need to talk to some other people here. It's getting a little bit late for me. But
nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you too. And you sound great, by the way. Just keep working on it, okay, Rioja? And I'll see you next time. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to Vivek. Oh, that should be interesting. I've never talked to another Vivek. I know one Vivek. Not a big fan.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Vivek. How are you?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. And you're in India, in what city?
I'm basically from Maharashtra, Mumbai.
Oh, Mumbai. Okay. All right. And what can I do for you today? How can I help you?
No, like you just giving it to everyone like solution and any kind of solution for everything, right? So
I try. I mean, I'm not some guru or wizard or master or something. I'm just a guy, and I have ideas and I have opinions. If you want to hear my ideas or my opinions, I will tell you them. But I don't claim to know everything, and I don't claim to know all the answers or anything. Okay?
so it's just your opinion, basically. You're saying like that.
Yeah.
That's good. So, like my question is basically you're from US, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just worried about like the US people, what they think about India and Indian young generation people, what they think about.
So there are two kinds of U.S. people right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this as carefully as I can without saying anything too political. But
Yeah.
if you come to my country, most people like me, I don't care where you're from, man. There's a woman at my post office who's from India. She has an accent just like you, and she works at the post office, and I see her anytime I go to the post office, right? My neighbor up the street is from Taiwan. He's been here for 20-some years, but he still has a Taiwanese accent. He still has a Chinese accent. My other neighbor here is from Germany. They have German accents. Do I care? No. Not at all. Not at all. So, there are some people who are not familiar with people from other places, right? There are some
Yeah.
people who are they have a small mind because they've lived in a small place for their whole lives and they don't know a lot about the rest of the world. If you meet those people, they might be uncomfortable with you. Why? Because you're different and they don't know different. Different scares people, right? So so that's why I remember when I was living in Taiwan. Do you think I look scary? Do I look like a scary white guy?
No.
No, I don't look
Yo.
scary. I look like I'm a pretty nice guy, I think, right? So I was in
Right.
Taiwan, and I was at the stoplight waiting to cross the street, right? And there was this old Chinese woman next to me, and she looked at me, and she saw me. She was scared, and she started crossing the street before the light changed because she didn't want to be next to me.
Oh God.
And I was like, what am I? Like, I'm not scary. I'm not trying to hurt you, lady. It's okay. But she just was an old woman who didn't have a lot of experience with foreigners. And now she's standing next to a foreigner and she's gone like, whoa, I don't know what to do. I remember at one time I was eating lunch in this restaurant, and this little boy, he was probably 5 or 4, he came up and stood next to the table and just stared at me. Like, like he had never seen a white guy before. So it was interesting to him, right? So if you meet people who have never really been around others, people from other places, then yeah, those people might not be comfortable with you because they're afraid. Okay, they're just not comfortable. All right, but most people here, I'm a musician. And musicians, we don't care about anything except can you play. So I don't care if you're white, black, man, woman, tall, short, fat, thin, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Japanese, Chinese. I don't care where you are from. I only care if you can make music with me. Right?
So basically, Mark, you are a singer probably. Yeah?
I'm a drummer.
Oh damn. So you know that in the Spotify, who is the number one in top list right now?
Oh no, I don't follow most popular music. No, I'm not really a big fan of pop music.
No, in this like in Spotify, there is a most number one singer is from India,
Oh
and
really?
he beat the Taylor Swift in
Okay, I'm
Spotify.
not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that. My Spotify, because I'm a professional musician, my musical interests are very different than most people. So I have music from every country in the
Uh-huh.
world, including India. I have a lot of Indian music. I love tabla. I studied tabla a long time ago. Even the Carnatic system, takadimi, takadimi, takada, takada, ta. You know, like I used to do all that
Oh,
stuff
that's
with the
nice.
fingers, and I have. Look, what's that right up there? Can you see that? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, just on it. Yeah. It's not probably visible, but
Oh yeah. Okay, got it. That tabla, I know. That's good, man. That's very good.
Yeah, like I said, this is.
Yeah.
You know, I have another Middle Eastern drum right next to it there, right? So drumming is a world instrument. So I have
Okay.
North African drums right here. I have Spanish drums, maracas right here, and over here there's I have a dolak, and I have over there is a dumbek. So when you're a professional musician, especially drums, you learn about every culture in the world. So I have studied Indian drums, I've studied African drums, I've studied South American drums, I've studied European drums, I've studied drums, period. So you learn about culture
That's
that
good.
way.
That's good.
So,
Yeah, that's good, man. Like I am impressed with you. Like that's good.
so yeah. And you know
So
what's funny?
have you visited like? Sorry to interrupt you. I'm just
Go ahead.
saying, like, have you ever visited to India? Like,
No, I've always wanted to, but I never have. No. I have some friends who have.
welcome, like whenever you want.
Yeah, I would love to sometime. I love Indian food. We have a few Indian restaurants I go to in my neighborhood who, I just, every time I go there, it's like, oh. Food is one of the best ways to experience any culture. Any culture. If you want
And
to
what about the
learn.
spicy food.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
very
spicy food.
food.
I'm a huge spicy food fan. I love spicy
Yeah.
food. So, so I love Indian food because a lot of it is spicy. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know that there is some people are very vegetarian, like
My
they
sister
not
is.
eat. Yeah. So they are like particular. They not eat any chicken from their whole life. They are
Sure.
pure vegetarian, and they are very care about their culture and everything. Like,
Yeah, we have many. Some of the restaurants that are Indian restaurants here are only vegetarian.
mhm.
Not all of them, but many of them are only vegetarian. And
Yeah.
my sister is a
Yeah.
vegetarian.
Yeah, so for like India is representing like the culture and food. That is a both thing like other people think like food and music, right?
Right. Those are two of my favorite ways to experience culture. Food and music. Food, music, and language. If you study those three things, you can learn about the entire world. You
So
know?
Mark, I'm just inviting you like if, whenever you come to Mumbai, you know that there is a big Bollywood in Mumbai only. So most of
Absolutely.
the star and people staying here. So I'm inviting like whenever you just come, you just
I would love to. I hope I can one day. You know, if I were a rich man, if I were a rich man, there's a famous song. But if I had the money, I would. Traveling is really expensive, and I'm just a lowly teacher. You know, I don't have a lot of money. But if I did, then I would.
It's fine, but you know that what is the best thing about India? Like, if you have a less money also, you can travel, you can stay here. Like, even
Yeah,
if
that's
people
true.
don't have,
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. There
you
are
know
some
that
countries it's a lot
Gurudwara
easier.
temple and all, Gurudwara temple.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. But I've heard about
Yeah,
it.
there is a one Punjabi temple. Okay, if you go there to that temple, you don't need to pay a single
Right,
penny.
and
Please go.
that's right. They serve the food to everybody. Yeah, I've seen that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to stay there, if you want to eat,
Right,
if you want
yeah.
to do some work, so they will always invite you. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to like go anywhere, you will get that kind of a temple everywhere.
You know, Vivek, that's the one thing that's really nice about this app is I have been on Hello Talk for about 12 years, more than 12 years. And
You're from this app from 12 years.
mhm. and
Yeah.
and I have about 88,000 followers now around the world. So Vivek, I can go to any country in the world and there will be people there who will say, "Oh, I'll come see you." Like I could go anywhere now. I can go literally to any country in the world and I know there will be people who will say, "I would love to come meet you." So it's kind of fun. I can do that. I could travel anywhere. I did last year. I have never been to Europe before, and I wanted to go to Europe. So I went to Germany and I stayed with my friend Gunter from Hello Talk. And I stayed with his family in his house for a week. And then I went to Madrid and stayed with my friend Belen with her family. And it was amazing that I got to help, meet my friends from Hello Talk. And they I barely paid for anything when I was in Europe. They paid for everything. I was
So
a
that's
guest.
what I'm saying, nah, like whenever if you get a new friend like also.
I appreciate
then
that.
it's
Thank
also
you.
just-
I appreciate that very much. I appreciate the offer, Vivek. That's very gracious of you. And I hope I can someday. I hope I can one day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank you very
So-
much, Vivek, for coming on my stage.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
come back and see me again sometime, okay?
Sure, definitely. Thank you.
All right. Take care, my
Have a
friend.
great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, let's see. Hello. Let me just check the comments. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments. Let's see. Okay, please be patient. Welcome to Sweden. Ben, are you in Sweden? Oh, that's cool. And hello, Nermal, and hello, Medina. Medina, I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, let's see if does Mahdi want to come talk to me? Mahdi, are you there? Hello, Mahdi.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. And
You
how
remember, you
I
remember me?
I do remember you. Yeah, how are you? You've gotten big. Wow, I do remember you. It's been a long time.
Oh, then you tell my name.
Well, is it Ahab?
Yes, it's me. You
Yes,
remember
I
me.
do
You're
remember
talking to
you.
Sister.
Yes, that's right, I do. I remember you, of course. Yeah, you're getting so big. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. And I sent you guys a message maybe last week. Last week I sent you guys a message to your sister just to see if you guys were okay. There she is. Hello, there she is. Hello. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for asking. Yes, I got your message.
Okay, good.
Is that I sent it you a voice message, but it didn't come, I think.
Oh,
It didn't
okay.
arrive.
All right, that's okay, Gila. No, I'm just glad to say that you guys are both safe. I'm glad to hear
Yes,
it.
we
Good.
are, don't worry.
Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. Good. Yeah, I've been worried. I've been worried about all the people over there. So I'm really glad to hear some of my Iranian friends have sent me a message and saying we're okay, it's okay. So I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, good to hear that. Yeah. Ahab, I can't believe how big you've gotten. You're getting so big.
Do you know how old I am?
How old are you now? What are you 20?
I'm 9 years old.
9! Wow! I thought maybe you were 20.
I didn't even went to college.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, well, good. I'm so glad to hear from both of you. I'm very glad to hear from both of you. And tell your parents I'm glad to hear from them, too. So, yeah, good. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, you guys look so happy. I'm so happy to hear you guys. Both of them live in Iran, and they both speak amazing English, and they both are not shy. And they are they're a good example for you. Many of you are too shy about English. You're too shy to speak. You're too shy to learn. But these two are not, and that's why they speak so well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't be shy, guys.
Don't be
Just
shy. That's
just-
right. Just speak. Don't worry about it.
We are all
Just speak.
humans. And I don't know why I'm standing. You didn't put me a place. Okay.
Sorry. I didn't
Okay,
even realize.
it's okay. Well, I can't stay and talk too long anyway because I've been here for almost 2 hours, so I got to get going here soon. But I'm really glad to hear you. And Gila, you're getting really big too. Good Lord! Wow, this is so crazy to see the two of you growing up on my live stream. It's really crazy.
She's 12 years old.
No, I'm
Yeah.
turning 13.
You're gonna be
I'm turning
13? Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to say hello to me and tell your parents hello for me and be safe. Okay. Be safe. All right. And keep in touch with me. Always keep in touch when things are, because I worry. I worry about you guys. All right. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. Once I hope so. Let's keep it that way. All right. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next time then. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was nice. I haven't seen them in a long time. Gila is usually the one I talk to, but I was like, wait a minute, I know him. Is that Ahab? But when I saw him last, he was half that size. He's growing up fast. So fast. Yeah. Let's see. My vlog about vocabulary. Yes, the vocabulary blog is here. Let's see. One moment. If you want to read my post about vocabulary, it's this one. Okay? And usually you're not supposed to talk to kids on Hello Talk, right? An adult is not supposed to, but their parents are always there next to them. Whenever they talk to me, they have their parents' permission. I know their parents. I've talked to their parents. They only do it because we have permission. Otherwise, I would not talk to a child without their parents there. Those are the rules, and I follow the rules. Do I help students to prepare for the IELTS? I have done that before. Yes, I have. it's not my specialty, right? There are some teachers, that's what they do, is IELTS prep or TOEFL prep. That's their main job. But I'm just a general English teacher, but I have helped people with the IELTS. But Medina, if you go to my website, right there, go to my website, and on my website, it's free, you can subscribe to my website. Then you can click on resources. Look for the resources button. And when you click on resources, you will find another button that says TOEFL and IELTS. That has a lot of links to help you study. Okay? All right. Let's see. I think I have time to talk to one more person, and then I gotta go. Let's talk to Mossab. I think in Chad? Hello, Mossab.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
How are you, my friend? Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, walaikum salam. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm pretty good. And you are in what country? Is that Chad?
No, it's close, not far from it.
What,
Neighbor.
which one is it?
Sudan. It's neighbor. Chad is my neighbor country. I'm from Sudan.
You're from Sudan. Sudan. I'm sorry, I got the flags mixed up. I forgot.
No,
Yeah,
no
Sudan.
problem, no.
Okay, and what can I do for you today?
Yeah, I'm just trying to practice my English with you, but like when you mentioned Chad or something like that, I had a friend of mine. He told me like this flag for this country is other company had it. You know what I mean? It's common. Have you ever heard of that?
Say it one more time.
Yeah, like when it, like you remember me when you said Chad or you mentioned this country,
Uh-huh.
and I remember one time when I had a discussion with one of my friends here on this application or other application. He just mentioned that Chad has a flag. Other company had it in the same time, the same color, same everything.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, and Mossab, I talk to so many people on here on Hello Talk, and I'm very good with flags. I know most of them, but there are so many flags, and sometimes I forget. I get confused which one is which, and you know.
And what is your justification for that? Like Chad, the same color, same everything, and like the flag is same thing. Like this is like when you put it in the bottle, when you order or something like that. What is your justification for that?
What is my justification? Well, I don't know why that happens. I think that there were just some flags that actually look similar, right? Like, go ahead.
Did you go there? Did you check about it?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Even like when you put this country and like you find like this flag and you put it other side, you see everything like there's no difference.
Huh. Let me look at something. It's
weird.
Romania. That's right. Yeah, Romania and Chad, the flags are like the same. That's right. Yeah, and so that's why sometimes when I see people here, and yeah, I'll be like, wait a minute, are you from Europe or are you from Africa? I'm not sure, like which one is it, right? Like, yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yeah. There are a couple other flags that are kind of like that too, like the flag of Poland and the flag of Indonesia. One is white with red and the other one is red with white. It's like, which one is which? Like, I don't know. Like, I get confused. I forget which one is which, right? Yeah. So, and then on Hello Talk, the flags are only this small. So, like, I can't see them on my screen. They're so tiny. It's hard to even see the flag, really. So, anyway, yeah. But Mossab, you sound good. Your English sounds pretty good.
Thank you for your compliment, but I'm not satisfied with it. I'm trying to level it up. And by the way, like I do have to be as a teacher. Like when it comes to vocabulary, I'm looking to increase it. I study some word, and after a few days or something, few minutes or a few hours, I forget it. What is your advice for me to keep the new vocabulary stay on my deep memory?
Okay, so I'm going to give you an article that I wrote. This article I wrote, and it is all about the way to learn vocabulary, the right way to learn vocabulary, not memorizing. There are other ways to learn. And vocabulary is really very simple. Vocabulary works just like people do. So if you spend time with people, you will remember them. But if you don't spend time with them, you won't remember them. So if I come to your country and I walk down the street and you walk down the street, I see you, you see me, but we don't say anything to each other. Are you going to remember me for long? No. You'll forget me after 15 minutes, right? But if I wave to you, maybe you remember me for an hour. If I talk to you and say, hi, my name is Mark, nice to meet you, maybe you remember me for a week. If we go have lunch and we talk for an hour about your life and my life, are you going to remember me? Yes, you will. Right. So words are the same thing. People think that memorizing is the best way to learn, but it's not. It's the worst way to learn because memorizing does not engage your brain at all. It's the most boring way to learn, so your brain doesn't like boring. Of course, your brain doesn't like boring. So that's why it doesn't remember, because it's too boring, right? But if you make it interesting, it is very easy to remember. Okay, so for example, let me just give you a simple example. We were talking about the word microphone, right? Microphone. So what is a microphone? We all know this is a microphone, right? But what does it mean? For example, do you know, if you meet me, what is one question you might ask me? You might say, where are you from? Right?
Yeah,
So
you're right.
words also come from someplace. The word microphone comes from Greek, the Greek language. Mikros. Mikros means small. Micro means small. And phone means sound. Microphone means small sound. And I want to show you what the first microphone looked like. This is what a microphone looks like now. But let's look at what a microphone used to look like. Let me share my screen. This is the first microphone, everybody. It was called an ear trumpet. An ear trumpet. You put it in your ear and it would help you hear somebody. Because why? Because your hearing was not good, so the sound was too small. Micro means small. Sound. Small sound. So this is something that makes small sound big. That's what a microphone does. And now you see that picture, and you see this guy here and this guy here. Look at the funny pictures. Okay? Look at that funny picture of this woman with the thing in her ear, and that is called a microphone. And guess what? Now you're going to remember the word microphone for the rest of your life. Why? Because that was interesting. That's weird. Oh, now you know that the word microphone comes from Greek, and you know that micro means small and phone means sound, and you know that the original thing looked like this thing you stick in your ear. So now you'll remember it because, wow, that's very interesting. Now, did that take a long time? Did that take a long time to do? No, it didn't. It didn't take a long time. It was easy. Right? Yes?
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but what it's called like, don't you think this way, it put a lot of effort in your mind, like you're not like, no, I don't want to keep a lot of road, Greek, stuff like that, put a lot of effort in my mind. Don't you think that? Like,
no, I don't, and I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. Because what I just said, Mossab, how long did it take me to explain that about microphone?
just 1 minute, less than 1 minute.
Less than 1 minute. And you're now going to remember that forever, right? because
but
it
like
was interesting, right? Now, was that 1 minute is much easier than 10 minutes or a half an hour of trying to memorize? That was easy. Your brain remembers interesting things. Your brain doesn't remember boring things. Memorizing is boring. So, guess what, Masab? I have been here for more than 12 years. And do you know what the number one question that I get asked is? The number one question I get asked is, how can I learn vocabulary? Because when I memorize the words, I forget them. So, you're telling me that, well, this is too much work. Your way is too much work. But guess what? Everybody who's memorizing, they memorize and they learn it, then they forget it. Then they have to memorize it again, and then they learn it, then they forget it. Then they have to memorize it again, then they learn it, then they forget it. But if you do it this way, you only learn it one time and you're done. Okay? So, yes, you're right. The way I do it is a little bit more effort about thinking. You have to use your mind to think about it. But it's a lot more efficient and effective. Okay?
You know, yeah, okay. I'm looking like people. They're looking for easy way, like not waste a lot of time. They're looking for easy without doing any effort to increase their. And other thing, like I get your technique or your strategy, like I'm facing other things like this is not our mother language, but we are facing even difficulty to pronunciation the word.
Mm-hmm.
Like two of one, like I have to remember this word, and I face difficulty. It's not my tongue is not it's not able to say it. And like when we are trying to use it in my daily conversation or something like that.
Can you give me any
That's
examples of that? Are there any examples you can think of?
like like when it's like the literally or something like that.
Yeah.
People like we are struggling with
Okay,
literal.
so that word is just hard for you to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, guess what? That word is hard for actually native people to say too. Many of them. Okay, but Masab, when it comes to pronunciation, now we're talking about pronunciation, very different thing. Pronunciation is all about mouth movements. Okay? When you learn a language, you have to learn the vocabulary and the grammar, but you also have to learn movements of the mouth, right? So for example, I don't know Arabic, but I know a few words. Okay, I learned a few words in Arabic. And when I speak Arabic, I have to do a different R, because the Arabic R is very different than the American R, right? So, when I learned how to say thank you in Arabic, I had to learn how to change my R so that it's not shukran, it's shukran. Right? And it has to flip. You have to flip that tongue just a little bit. Shukran, shukran, shukran. Right? It's just that little quick flip. But it's different than the American R. So what I tell people is practice the word car. Car. But here's the big difference between the Arabic R and the American R. The Arabic R, short. It happens quickly. But the American R, it's long, man. It's long. That's the only thing you need to do is practice that mouth movement. Car. Get comfortable with that mouth movement. And that is one of the big differences between Arabic and English, is that R sound, right? So you have to find the differences. Right? So Chinese, for example, I speak Chinese, I learn Chinese, and Chinese, for example, there are many sounds that happen in Chinese that you don't really have that sound in English. So I had to learn how to move my mouth to make that sound, right? And unless you move the mouth properly, it won't sound right. So people just don't know this, though. When you learn a language, you have to think about the movements you're making. If you are using the mouth movements from your language when you speak English, it won't work, right? Because the mouth movements don't match the sound, right? So That's what you need to do is focus on that. And then also I tell people that one reason I sound clear is because I enunciate. Enunciation means exaggerated pronunciation. Okay, so all of my words, every word that I say, I try to say very, very clearly with good pronunciation. But not everybody does that. Okay, I do that when I'm teaching. All right, I try to speak much more clearly. And so, when I learn Chinese, I have to exaggerate those mouth movements. Right? I have to think about exaggerating in a different way. Okay? So, pronunciation is partly about learning the mouth movements and considering, what am I doing wrong with my mouth? Why is it not the same as him? Okay?
Okay, thank you for your explanation.
You're welcome.
That's so kind of you, and thank you for having me here. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, come back and see me anytime, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
Take care.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye-bye. Wa alaikum salam. Bye-bye. Okay, so, let's see. Did I miss any comments? I'm going back to check the comments, everybody. So I hope you understand my point about memorizing words and learning words. Many people think that learning words and really thinking about the words and taking time to find about, information about the word, they think that that is too much work. And that memorizing is quicker and faster and easier. But you have to memorize many times. You're going to forget it because it's not a good way. So my way, yeah, you have to think and you have to work, but you only need to do it once. Okay? Okay, I am a global citizen. You messed up your job interview. That's all right, man. Carlos, I've messed up plenty of job interviews. It happens. You'll get the next one. Okay? You'll get the next one, brother. They asked you to spell the word taught. All right, well, you'll get it next time. All right? Carlos, I remember one time I had to go, I had to perform a show. My teacher on drums, my drum teacher, he had a performance he could not go to, and he told me, hey, I want you to go play for me. So I had to substitute for my teacher on drums. And he didn't tell the other guys in the band that I was going to play, not him. They were not happy with me. They wanted the master, they didn't want the student. So, the guy who was in charge, he called a song called Spain. It's a famous, famous song written by a guy named Chick Corea, and it's a very, 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 very difficult song. And I totally ruined it. I blew it. They asked me to play it and I ruined it. I was terrible. But I went home and I learned that song after that. Sometimes you have to fail in order to succeed. Okay, let's see. Okay, be patient. I'm trying to answer everybody's comments and questions here. Thank you, Iman. What do I think about the idea that some natives don't make an effort to understand or talk to beginners? I think that there are some people who are ignorant people who don't have any patience, Samira. There are some people who don't have a lot of experience talking to people from other places, and they don't have a lot of patience. So that happens. But I don't think much about those people. Move on. They're not worth thinking about. Find somebody who does appreciate that you're trying. Find somebody who does care that you're a beginner, but you're doing your best. Okay? Okay, I know lots of people want to talk to me, but I've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. I'm getting a bit tired. I'm going to talk to one more person here, Hendaway. I have time to talk to Hendaway for just a minute. And then I must go. Hello, Hendaway. Assalamu alaikum. I'm fine. Your microphone is a little bit hard to hear, Hendaway.
I think you are really can teach somebody English very easy.
Well, thank you. I do my best. I'm trying. And are you in Cairo, or where are you?
I'm from Egypt. I'm from Alexandria.
From Alexandria. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a question for me, or something I can help you with?
Yes. I would like to improve my English skills and improve my pronunciation. I would like to give me some advice about it.
Okay, so he wants to improve his English and he wants to improve his pronunciation. So if you want to improve your English, that's a big question. That's too big. But I'll tell you this, Hendaway, I have been on this app for 12 years, more than 12 years. I have been live streaming here for 5 years. I have a YouTube channel. Here's my YouTube channel. All of my live streams on Hello Talk right now, this live stream is on YouTube. So when we're finished here, this will be uploaded to YouTube and you can watch it again. All right. I also have a website. Here is my website. Okay. On my website, if you go to my website, you can subscribe for free. And on my website, I have many, many resources to study English. Let me show you very quickly. If you go to my website, here's what it looks like. Let me share my screen. This is my website here, okay? And you can buy lessons from me. If you want to pay me, you can buy lessons from me here. But if you go up here to this place here where it says resources, okay? If you click on resources, then you'll see this, Teacher Mark's top English resources. Reading, if you want to work on your reading, click here. Writing, here. Listening, here. Speaking, here. IELTS, TOEFL, here. Grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So look, if you click on vocabulary, now we have thesaurus.com, etymonline.com, Wyzant Etymology, Language Guide English. These are all vocabulary resources to learn vocabulary. Okay? And they're all on my website for free. Okay? And you also can go to my blog. I have a blog where I write my answers. And most of it is about English. About 90% of what I write is about learning or English. So if you go to my blog, it's also free. You can go to my blog and read the articles. If any article is too difficult, if it's too hard, copy the article and then ask ChatGPT to help you understand it. It will do that for you. If it's too hard, you can just say, hey, ChatGPT, I want to read this article, but it's too hard for me. Can you help me understand it? It will. Okay? It will do a great job. And it can translate too. It can translate also. All right? So, if you come here, I'm here usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? I have 88,000 followers around the world. And they all follow me because I'm here teaching English. This is my real job. That's my job. I am a musician. I'm a drummer also, but I am a teacher also. Those are two jobs I do. Okay? So, I I think I'm one of the top teachers on Hello Talk, so you can always find me here. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Very
You're welcome. Yeah, just come back and see me again regularly and start taking some notes and start going to my website and doing some studying and be serious. That's it. Okay?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. All right, well, good luck to you. And I will see you next time, okay?
Okay.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I've got to go. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's time for me to take a break. Once again, I will just give you my links. Once again, here is my YouTube channel, here is my website, and here is my blog. Okay? Go follow those and read and come back and see me again whenever you can. All right? All right, that's it for me, guys. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. Come back and see me next time. All right? I'll see you next time. Bye.